Shalom, shalom. I want to start out by saying, call law, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. I want to say shalom and double honors to the elders, apostles of GMS. I want to say shalom to the brothers of GMS, because those are the ones that follow after in this truth and give wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I want to say shalom to the elect and 1/3, because this is why we do the work of Yahweh, Yahushai, wholeheartedly, and speaking the truth and nothing but the truth. Salaki, it's your brother Shawar back again with another video. And this topic just going into encourage each other. Going in Hebrews. Reading this chapter, and it's basically just about, getting to the goal, and the goal is to, get to that finish line to be saved. By Yahushua, man, to be delivered. And the goal is, to encourage brothers, encourage the brotherhood, to get to that point, man, because you gotta understand we all going through a troubled time. Especially myself right now, I'm going through a rough patch. Going through a rough patch, but I got my brothers, still got my brothers with me and things like that. And then sometimes you tend to, when you're going through stuff, you kind of tend to keep it to yourself. It's just about being a soldier sometimes, man. Being a servant of the Lord. Some things you kind of just get used to battling on your own sometimes. And, sometimes things just be too overwhelming. You got to, say it to a brother and just let him know what's going on, because he's going to give you, the word of the Lord, So it's about helping each other get to that finish line, get to that point, especially with a lot of, false doctrine that's going on right now, man, and all the wicked shit that's going on in Israel that just keep getting bigger and bigger. We got to encourage up the right thing. We got to encourage up the right platform, the right image, and let them know that we all supposed to be striving and seeking a goal for what? Complete righteousness, man. To get delivered by Yahweh Yahushua. That's the goal. Because you have people in comments when we get into other camps, and they will be like, man, we supposed to be building each other up and da-da-da. But man, we can't build each other up if the house is divided. It says in scriptures, man, a house should not stand if it's divided, man. The walls are divided. We can't stand and be a kingdom if we're divided against each other. That's how we fell in the first place, because we was all divided against each other. You had Jake that wanted to go off, and you had Jake that wanted to stay on the path. Time of Moses, you had Jake that that was following at the laws and commandments, but you had Jake that wanted to dance naked in front of a golden calf. So you kind of got to see what we're what's going on. So just going into it. I'm gonna just go ahead, go ahead and get into it, because it's a pretty long chapter. But so this is Hebrews chapter, Hebrews chapter 10 verse 24. It said, let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, so much the more as ye see the day approaching. Exactly, man. So as we're seeing that the days are getting closer and closer, and I'm talking about another lockdown coming, all these race wars, all these videos been coming out of just of this place just going on the tumble, man, on the downhill, man, on the downfall, and it's just not going back to normal. Everybody keep talking. Nobody's even talking about normalcy anymore. People are now at the point where they're just seeing how crazy the years are going to get. There's more signs in heavens and things like that. So we get to a point to where we're about to hit that climax, and like it just says, man, we supposed to exhort each other more as we see the days coming. We supposed to build each other more, like, man, yeah, we almost at that point to when the Lord into this realm, this dimension, man. Let's go. Come on, let's keep building. Let's keep getting stronger by the day. It says, for if we sin willfully after that, we have received the knowledge of truth. There remaineth no more sacrifice for sins, but a certain fearful looking for a judgment and fearing indignation which shall devour the adversaries. He that despised Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. Exactly, man. So in the time of Moses, you had the people that was despising the laws, and they died in sight of the righteous ones, man. The righteous ones was witness unto what the Lord did. Why you think it would just pass down through generation to generation of the time of Moses? Because it was a very big spiritual time for us, man. You know, just like how, you know, time with Noah. Now what? The times that we coming in, this is going to be talked through for to eternity, man. What the Lord's going to do to this place. Because it's going to be a huge spirituality event once again on earth, you know. But that's why we have to encourage each other until that point. Because, yeah, some brothers break down. You know, some brothers get stuck at one point and get stuck in the thorns and things like that. But sometimes it's also about what can you do for yourself to get yourself out of there. The relationship you have between you and the Lord. What can you do for yourself to get out of that and to fight through that, you know, and see the light. But you also got to use your brother's help, man. You know, it says, of how much sore punishment suppose ye shall be, he be thought worthy, who have trodden under foot of the son of Yahweh, and have counted the blood of the covenant, whereof he has sanctified an unholy thing, have done despite unto the Spirit of grace. For we know him that have said, vengeance belongeth unto me, I will recompense, saith the Lord. And again, the Lord shall judge his people. Exactly, man. So we waiting on the day of his judgment, man. You know, that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be, being sanctified in the blood of Yahweh Shai, waiting on the day of judgment, man. You know, preaching these words, man. And you don't even have to be preaching words. It's about being in the truth, man, following order. You know, just getting your household together for the day of the Lord, for the day of judgment. You know? It says, for we know him that have said, vengeance belonging unto me, I will recompense, saith the Lord. And again, the Lord shall judge his people. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. But call to remembrance the former days in which, after ye were illuminated, ye endured a great fight of affliction. Exactly, man. We're going to remember these days. And that's what's going to make us cry the most. You know, what's going to make us cry the most, because we're going to remember these days. And it's going to feel like, it's going to feel like when we get in the kingdom, it's going to feel like a split second. Like right now, it just feels like years and years, like a very long time. But when we get in the kingdom of heaven and think about it, it's going to be a split second to us. But it's still going to be us, you know, tearful, because we're just going to be in tears of joy, because we're going to remember these days, you know. We're going to remember these days. So, you know, and after we was illuminated, meaning that after we was, you know, got our bodies, man, our angelic bodies, man, that righteous body with the laws written in statutes and commandments written in our inward parts, you know, and we're going to remember these days. We're going to remember this fight that we had, man. Every day is a fight of affliction in this place, man. But once you know why when you know why you fighting and what you fighting for, it makes it easier. These scriptures, that's why it's a comfort. That's why in these scriptures they you know, in the Bible it refers these scriptures as a woman, because it's supposed to be comfort. It's comforting when you know why you getting your ass whooped. You know why is what's going on and what's happening, but because it's comforting when you see the scriptures are jumping off the page into the world and it's happening. That's comforting as well, you know. It says partly, while as ye were made a gazing stock, both reproaches and afflictions, and partly whilst ye became companions of them that were so used, for ye had compassion of me in my bonds, and took joyfully the spoil of your goods, knowing in yourself that ye have in heaven a better and an enduring substance. Cast not away thereof your confidence, which have great recompense of reward. Exactly, man. We're supposed to have confidence in what we're preaching. That's why we're supposed to go out there and speak in a loud voice. Because we're supposed to have confidence in this world, man. We're supposed to have confidence, you know, in us being saved, you know. We're supposed to have confidence to the day of judgment, man. We're supposed to be there for each other, you know. For ye have need of patience, that after ye done the will of Yahweh, ye might receive the promise. And I'm going to go into what is the promise. Exactly, the patience, meaning the suffering. After we suffered for the love of Yahweh, you know, for what His promise to come, we're gonna get that life. We're gonna get, you know, what we what? I'm gonna just get into it, man. You know what we receive, man, for having patience and enduring to the very end. You know. Let's see. This is Ephesians chapter, let's see, 6 verse 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Exactly. That's that patience that is speaking of. That's the patience. You know, that's that suffering. You got to put on that armor so we can fight against these afflictions and fight against, you know, the suffering that we go through day to day. When you put on the armor of Yahweh, like I said, man, you understand, and you just have a more common understanding of why we, you know, getting our ass whooped right now, man. You know, why we, you know, in this fight. You know, but we fighting back because we coming back in the truth. So we taking W's day to day when you just fighting with Yahweh shot. You know, you taking W's. You know, but you supposed to put on the whole armor of Yahweh, man. It's supposed to be about this work, about the family business. You know, like I said, sometimes you fall short. You in the flesh, you're gonna fall short. You know, sometimes like you're gonna have little, you know, openings in your armor right now. You know, because it's the flesh. The flesh does that. It makes you weak some days. It makes you give in to certain spirits some days. You know, and just sometimes you can't help it. The flesh gonna get the better of you. But it's about how do you keep going on from that? How do you bounce back? You know, how do you bounce back? How do you become stronger than what you were, you know, yesterday when the flesh got the best of you? What double you gonna take in the spirit, and what you gonna keep taking in the spirit, you know? And so that's why, yeah, you got to put on the whole armor of Yahweh, man, because, you know, I'm gonna keep going. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against the spiritual wickedness in high places. Exactly. So that's why we understand why we take the L's that we take, because there's a higher wickedness that is putting our people down on a level, so we won't get back to our righteousness. You know, these is people in high places that are making sure that Jake doesn't see the day of light. You know, but that's why when you put on the whole armor of Yahweh, you understand that. You understand that it is at that level. So it's like all this under level shit, man. Like people be, oh man, life is just this, is that. It feels like I'm in a time loop. People be bugged the fuck out here because they don't know what's going on. We got the behind the scenes, you know. These people on the front line trying to figure everything out, and it just don't work like that. But that's why, yeah, man, we're wrestling against. That's why it's a heavy fight, because we wrestling against higher power, man. You know, we not fighting against these low levels. You know, we fighting against something greater. And this is going to be a tough fight. The Lord said it wasn't going to be easy. The Lord said, when you come into the truth, prepare thyself for temptation. You know, the Lord never said it was going to be easy. He never said that. Ever. The Lord said, when you come to my ministry, prepare thyself for temptation. You know, like he told Ezekiel, when he ate the roll, yeah, it was sweet in his mouth, but when it touched his stomach, it was bitter. You know, it was bitter. You know, this is Amos chapter 1, verse 11. It says, thus saith the Lord, for three strangers of Edom. Wait, hold on. What's Amos? Oh, it's like Amos 1 and 12. Wait, yes. Well, Salakia. I'm trying to figure out, wait, which one is it? Salakia, I lost the scripture. Wait, Salakia. Yeah, I lost the scripture. Salakia. I'm going to just go to the one in Revelations. I lost Salakia. This is Revelations chapter 2. Chapter 2, verse 10. It says, fear none of the things that which shall suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, and that behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. You shall have tribulation 10 days. Being faithful till death, I will give thee a crown of life. Exactly, man. So we got to encourage each other to be faithful unto death. You know, some of us not going to see death. Some of us not going to get to that point. You know, so that won't touch some of us. But some will. Because some is going to be tried in that way, man. Some is going to have to, you know, face the ultimate trial. You know? You know, and even the ones that don't get put to death, they're going to face their trials too. But it's about encouragement, man. It's about being confidence and encourage your spirit and the brotherhood, you know, to get to that point. You know, they sat around and they made our people learn to go on these social medias and hate each other and debunk what our people do and, you know, things like that, you know. Like basically it's just wicked jakes attacking each other on social media, debunking each other. And then you have some of them come and try to debunk the truth. And yeah, you even got ones that so-called know about the truth, the name of the Lord, but still trying to debunk truth. Even to the point where they're trying to say certain books in the scriptures that don't mean anything. They have no value to it. You know? They hold no weight. Like saying John the Baptist is not a prophet. Like, that's insane. But that's why the scripture said we supposed to encourage each other, man, to be righteousness unto death, or to have patience unto that finish line, you know. So I don't want to I hope this video was edifying to the sheep, you know, fed y'all. That was shalom on to the next.